Hello, my name is Yuvraj Pawar and I'll be presenting a project which was made as a part of the web development and designing internship at the Sparks Foundation. So the goal of the project is to mimic a basic banking system. So as you can see here, this is the list of all the customers in the bank. Now when I click on view details for a customer, the details regarding that customers are displayed, which includes the name, date of birth, the account ID, email ID, and the other details. So if I want to add funds into this account, now I can click on the add funds button, and then I can enter any amount that I want to add into that account. And then when I click add funds, as you can see here that the funds have been added. Now similarly, if I wanted to withdraw the funds, I can click on the withdraw funds button and the model appears. In that I can enter the amount. Let's say I enter 1500 rupees, and when I click on withdraw funds, as you can see here, the funds have been withdrawn. Now what you can also do is the transfer the funds. Now in this list, other customers in the bank have been displayed. So let's say suppose I wanted to transfer funds to Yuvraj Pawar. Let's say I wanted to transfer about 250 rupees to Yuvraj Pawar. Then when I click on the transfer funds, the funds are debited from the account and then they are transferred to the beneficiary's account. Now if you wanted to view the ledger of this customer, then we can simply click on view transactions, and here as you can see, the ledger has been displayed. Now all of these transactions have been displayed in the descending order of the time of their occurrence, and all the transactions here at the bottom have been committed previously. And as you can see here, we have added added money, then debited from the account and then transferred to Yuvraj Pawar. Now let's take a look at Yuvraj Pawar's bank statement. Let's see, let's click on view details, and when we go to the transaction ledger, here you can see that I have received 250 rupees just now that I had transferred into my account. So this is the way in which the banking system works. Now let's look at the backend which powers this whole thing. So let's see here. Let's take a look at the source code. Now this is the main server file for the project. Now this brings all together all the controllers and everything that is in the backend. Now let's take a look at the controllers. Now there are various controllers for committing various activities to the database. Now as you can see here, for displaying the customers, we have the customer display controller. Then we have display transactions controller for displaying the transactions. Similarly, we have controllers to add, withdraw, and transfer funds as well. And then there is one to add customers. As you can see here, this is the source code for all those controllers. This is for the add funds, this is to add the customer, this is to display a customer, then this is to display the transactions. This is the controller which operates on the home page of the site. Then we have the controller that takes care of the transfer of funds. Then we have at last we have the controller that takes care of the withdrawal of the funds. Now to facilitate all this, we needed a schema for the customer. So the backend has been it's supported by MongoDB. So as you can see here that I have created a schema for the customer which contains name, date of birth, gender, and all those particulars. Now a noteworthy thing here is that the transactions is an array of objects, which means that the transaction has a sub schema which is mentioned here. Now it contains the transaction type, the details from the details of the transaction, for example, where the money came from, where it was transferred to, the balance of the account, and the amount that was added, withdrawn, or transferred. Okay, so this is about the customer schema. Now at the front end, I have used embedded JavaScript for templating, which makes our job easier. So I can simply pass all the customers or any object and then access every single property of that object and render it at the front end. So this is about the source code. Now to host the database, I have used MongoDB Atlas, which is a free cloud hosted MongoDB service from MongoDB. So as you can see here, we can see the customers collection. Every customer is a object. Now each object contains all the particulars of the customer as well as a transaction array in which each transaction is an object, wherein Each object has an array of transaction details, which is an object in itself. So this whole thing works on the principles of nested objects. So this is about the database. Now in order to host the app, since the app was built in Node.js as the backend, I have used a service called Heroku. So what Heroku allows us to do is that once we make a repository of the Git repository of the project, we can deploy that repository to Heroku. And once everything is configured, the site goes live. Okay, and all the customers that you see here, all of these have been taken from randomuser.me, which generates random users along with all of their details and a photo to go along with them. So this is all about my project. Thank you.